All right, we've got another Shirogorov to talk about. This one is from Mr. Ed. This is the Stellar. This is a custom division version as well. I believe that the ones with Damasteel blades are limited editions. You guys can correct me down below. Again, full disclosure, I am not a Shirogorov expert. I've done several videos on them over time. And I will link to my Shirogorov playlist down below. You guys know the drill. Anyway, this one is really nice. Now, Mr. Ed got me into Shiros by loaning me this one, the Hattie Magnetic. Probably my favorite Shiro ever, outside of the collaborations with RJ Martin. I love those ones. Don't get me wrong. I actually have one more to film from Mr. Ed, RJ Martin Shirogorov collaboration. This one is not my favorite, but I really do like it. This is a liner lock, so it's a little bit different than the Hattie Magnetic. I mean, it's a lot different, but frame lock versus liner lock. Let's just set that off the side because it's very different animal. The pocket clip on this one is not quite as sweet as on the Hattie. The flipper tab I like way better than on the other one. That's the thing with Shirogorov. They have several different flipper tabs. Some I like, some I don't. Yeah, let's talk about the specs. 4 5/8 by 8 1/4, 3.66 inch blade, which puts it the same size as the VC Edge interface. And we'll pull that out here in a second. 3.6 inch cutting edge. Super thin behind the edge at 0.010, but that also comes from a very thin blade to begin with at 0.115. It's a Damasteel blade, as you can see, 0.472 overall thickness, and it runs on roller bearings. I'll put a link or a picture right up here of what the roller bearings are, because they are a little bit different than your typical ball bearings. And this one weighs in at 3 ounces. So why I mentioned the 3 ounces and I mentioned the VC Edge interface is we're basically the exact same knife, size-wise, at 1.5 ounces versus 3 ounces. So that's not a dig against either. It's just, as I was weighing this and measuring it, a comparison that I wanted to make, right? The roller bearings are really smooth and just nice. This one is also on those roller bearings, as are the RJ Martin collaborations. Most everything out of the custom, well, I believe everything from the custom division is roller bearings. When you get into the full customs, they do double row roller bearings. These are all just single rows. This one also has carbo tie scales, which I love carbo tie. I don't own any carbo tie scales, any carbo tie scaled knives, if you will. One day I will. And why? Just to say I do, because you really can't notice that much of a difference. It's silly. So a beautiful pattern and a beautiful etch on that blade. This is got milling on this that you can see some horizontal ridges that go all the way through, even little cutouts here. Just really nice. You got the bear on that pivot, or the butt end screw, if you will. The body screws. There is a cutout here for the pocket clip, which works well, but the pocket clip on the Hattie just works better. There doesn't have that cutout in the carbo in the titanium like it does here on the carbo tie, but I just like this pocket clip. It seems to work better in my particular pockets. I do like this nested inset liner lock, and there is no real milling inside on the scales. Oh, there is a little bit on this lock side and a little bit on the show side. The inset liner has skeletonizing in it. So that's where you get that weight savings. Turns this into a 3 ounce knife, which is fantastic. Guys, I don't really know what more to say about Shirogorov. Absolutely incredible knives. Every single one I've picked up, whether I've liked the knife or not, I have really appreciated the fit and the finish and the quality of every Shirogorov. Just because I don't like a particular knife doesn't mean it's not awesome with great quality and fit and finish, right? Don't mistake the fact where I say something isn't for me to mean that it doesn't have a high quality and standards. I think a lot of it is just personal preference. You know, there's nothing wrong with a Spider Kodelica. The fit and finish is great. It's a production knife. There's a little bit of blade play. It's, you know, it is what it is. I don't love them. I have a couple because they're staples that I think every collector kind of has, but that doesn't mean that just because I don't love it and I don't carry it every day, doesn't mean that it's not built with quality and precision. It was my point. All right. So you guys know the drill. Go check out my Shirogorov playlist over here. And again, let's thank Mr. Ed. I'll put a link to his Instagram down below. Go check him out. Go follow him. He's got some amazing stuff. Every time I turn around, he's posting some new awesome custom knife. And I'm starting to get jealous. And like, I have a decent collection. And he kind of puts me to shame. So I love having these friends in the community. It's awesome. So thanks, guys. I appreciate your time. Have a great day.